Hello, I'm Lazy Koala, and I really like Plants vs. Zombies, so I thought to myself, hey, let's try to recreate it in Godot. What you see in the background right now is my current progress so far. I added many things to it because I didn't want to copy the game one-to-one, added my own little twist to it and stuff like that. If you want to play it for yourself, there's a link down below to my HIO page for this game. You can play it on the website. So yeah, I made this little game just to practice using Godot. I'll be talking about how I made it and stuff like that in this video. Anyway, enjoy! First of all, I need to lay out the idea for this project. I mean, the game is already self-explanatory. You know what Plant vs. Zombie is if you're watching this video. But I'm not going to recreate it one-to-one, mostly because I'm limited by my own capability. Like for example, look at all these seeds. There is so many of them and there is no way I'm going to recreate all of them. So I'm going to limit myself to only 6 plants. You might think, wait, that's so little. Well, I have an idea for this. Instead, you start with 6 plants and you can mix and merge these plants together on the lawn in order to create new plants. In that way, you can also get to explore while I don't have to create this whole menu system. I'll be implementing ideas like these to cut on the workload for myself and also hopefully creating a better experience for the players. Drawing is very difficult and takes forever for me to do at least, so I decided to use pixel art instead. I know PVZ doesn't use pixel art, but this is my version of it, okay? I get to decide how I want to do it. First of all, I went to Piskel. I think that's how you spell it, I don't know. It's a free website that you can draw pixel art and export your art very easily. Not sponsored, by the way. Also, I never actually done pixel art before. Well, I have dabbled in it, but I'm not really good at it. 5 hours of grinding my ass out later. Here it is! I made some animation with the pea shooter, pea plaster, whatever I'm going to call it, and also Sunbloom. So yeah. I use animated sprite 2D in order to create my animation, just call these an action, an idle, a mini idle, and stuff like that, and a seed. I don't actually know anything about what colors should I use or, you know, how to make animations of pixel art and anything like that. All of what you're seeing right now is just the work of me just stumbling through it all and then just kind of doing whatever I feel right. I use 32 times 32 pixels for my art, all of them, because it is a little bit easier to standardize them that way. Here is my project setting if you're wondering how I made such a small pixel art fits the screen. Okay, yeah, let's move on to something else. In this game, I'm going to make it so that when you water your plant, it goes from being a seed to a mini version of the plant, and you have to wait for around 20 to 30 seconds for it to grow fully. There is also a way to make them grow instantly by watering them again, and that would make them grow instantly, but it would cost you 10 leaf points. You know, I could also make people watch an ad in order to grow their plant instantly. I'm joking, of course, I wouldn't do that. I'm not that evil. Okay, jokes aside, in this game, you still use sun in order to plant your plants and stuff like that, but leaf points are what you use in order to combine plants and also make them grow instantly. You can also gain leaf points, not by planting sunflowers, but you can plant any kind of plants, and when they die, they will reward you with leaf points. They have to die when they're grown, by the way. If they're fully grown and die, then you'll get 10 leaf points. I want to incentivize people to constantly kill their plant and combine plants in order to create bigger, better plants and constantly change their lawn into new strategies all the time rather than just have one strategy and be done with it, if that makes any sense. Okay, I'll be the first to say it. I'm pretty sure I'm worse at coding than Yandere Dev. I know, that's pretty bad. Trying to make this game has led me to realize how useful it is to just look up documentation for a specific framework or engine you're using. And I'm now eternally grateful for those out there posting tutorials online because it's so much easier for me. Okay, let's look at every single specific feature in this game, and I'll explain how I coded it. Let's start with watering can. By clicking the watering can or pressing W, you will move the watering can around. I make it so that it follows your mouse movement. And also when you click the watering can on a plant, it makes it so that the plant state is +1. What I mean by that is plants start off at state 0. So when it's clicked by the watering can, then you'll be state equal 1. And then once you click it again with the watering can or wait it till it fully grown, then it will be state equal 2. If you click it again using watering can when it's fully grown, then it will be state equal 3, in which it will be powered up and then shoot like a, in PVZ2. So it acts kind of like a plant food. It will eat 50 sun, so you should not spam watering can onto a specific plant. It is a fun little thing I added. Next is the shovel. Shovel, you either press S key or just clicking on it. And then you can click it on a plant, whether it be a seed, a little mini guy, or fully grown, it doesn't matter. Click it and then it will be moved down into the bottom slot down here. I call it the graph slot. Basically, you can move your plants around so shovel doesn't just destroy your plant. I always kind of wonder, it is kind of weird that, the shovel just destroys the plant instead of just moving it around. So I decided to do it that way. Oh, and also if the slot is maxed, the shovel will just destroy the plant. Next is the compost. The compost is the D key, and also you can just click it and move it around. You can use the compost to just destroy your plant and gain leaf points. That way, if you just don't want to wait for them to die, you can just destroy your plant right away. The pause button is pretty simple. I just make the game paused, and Godot made it so that, it's really easy to pause basically everything. Once you pause the game, I made it so that you can see the screen darken by using a very big square. And also I have the retry button like right there in the pause screen. If you want to unpause, just click the pause button again or just pressing escape key. Next is down here, you might see that there's the speed up buttons. Basically, these things will make you speed up your game faster. I've always hated how Plant vs. Zombie 1, the first game, does not have a speed up button. Like, it's so slow. It is unadvised to play it this way, but it's fun. It's fun. It's pretty easy to implement when you have a foresight for it. Basically, like, you plan from the very start to add this button. So I made it so that there's a global variable that is the speed. And this is 1, the speed is 2, the speed is 3, and the speed is 4. So that global variable will be times to basically everything. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly, but that's how I do it. So other than that, I also have the 3 plants. Right now, I only have 3 plants. If you have any idea to give me more, then, please suggest down below. I don't know what else to add. As you can see, the sun cost is a little high for the sunflower because I realized how good the sunflower is in this game. Like, genuinely, it's a little too good. So I made it cost a little higher. Of course, to plant the plants, you can just click on them, or the key for them is 1, 2, and 3. Oh yeah, other than that, there's also this highlight thing. When my mouse move around, I will make it so that it highlights the tile that you're on. Yeah, the highlight is actually useful for me because I use the coordinate of the highlight in order to get the plant's position to the right place. Okay, let's not just talk about the plants. Let's talk about the enemies as well. As you can see, the enemies here, I don't actually use zombies. You know why? Because zombies is so hard to draw. There is no way I'm drawing zombies. And also, I mean, it just makes more sense to let slime, eat plants. Why would zombies eat plants? Also, slime is like the staple of any game out there. Level 1 enemy always should be slime. It's basically tradition in any game at this point. The special thing about the slime that I made is so that I coded it so that when it enters the area of where the plants are, it will start attacking, and when it attacks the plant, it will start healing itself. But yeah, I didn't want to just make a normal, boring enemy. I want to make it so that every enemy have their own little unique twist to it. Okay, the next enemy I added is flies. Of course, flies would be the enemy of plants. They come in groups basically, and the gimmick of each flies is that red fly, when it comes near your plant, it would explode your plant and kill it instantly. The green fly is the one that blocks projectile. It will basically just eats up your projectile, and that's basically it. The blue fly, on the other hand, doesn't actually do anything. Like, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't eat your plant. It doesn't interact with anything. It even dodges projectile. The projectile only have around 20% chance or 10% chance to hit it. Homing spike can kill it instantly, but it's not needed. A normal projectile can also kill it too. It's just that 20% chance. Wait, actually, I also made the red one also have 20% chance to be hit. I tested them out. They're not that bad. I should also talk about how I spawn the enemies. There's a global variable I called danger level. The danger level is basically the score in this game. I made it so that when you plant your plants, the danger level will increase by 1. And every single second or every single frame that this game takes, it will randomly have a chance to spawn enemies based on the percentage of the danger level. It is very low, but every second that pass by, the danger level also increase. So the longer you play this game, the more enemies will spawn, basically. And the more you plant plants, the more enemies spawns as well. But when enemies spawn, danger level actually decrease. Unless you kill them, danger level will once again increase, maintaining somewhat of a balance, I guess. So yeah, that's basically how I did it. I also randomized which lane it would spawn on. Other than that, it's just some miscellaneous stuff like the sun value. When you gain some sun value, then the number will shine green. When you spend some sun value, the number will shine red. Same with the leaf values. I also use a CPU particle in order to create the particles. And yeah, that's basically it. I should probably also explain about the circles that you can see on the plants and some of the enemy like the slime. So the red circle is clearly, of course, the health bar. Some of the plants also have green circle, which is for the sunflowers, it's when it's time up. It basically signifies that it's about to give you the sun. And for the blue circle is the expiration date. Once the blue circle run out, your plant's dead. You can actually renew this blue circle by using the watering can on them. That will cost you 50, but also power them up for a short period. So, if you don't want them to die, you can just keep on watering them, or just let them die and get some leaf points and stuff like that. Wow, I think that is basically it for my entire game. This took me like a month to do. It's a lot longer than I expected to be. I'm very proud of how it turned out, I think. So yeah, what do you think? Comment down below and stuff like that. If you have any ideas for me to do next, then, be sure to let me know. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. See you next time. Bye.